I think what you see, Martha, in the bigger picture is a president of the United States standing up and leading again, and that's what we've needed for a long time. Look, last week he re-engaged with China in a face-to-face with President Xi. Today, Secretary Tillerson is over there face-to-face with Putin, and I think you can see the outcome. Look, when you stand up to a leader like Putin, you're going to have some rough days, and today is it. But we're establishing what our national interests are, and we're being very explicit about that with NATO, with the United Nations, with China, and now with Russia.
But, you know, what do you think about the fact that we're hearing such opposites from what we heard from now President Trump when he was on the campaign trail? He went after China. He's been going after them for years. And then, you know, one overnight at Mar-a-Lago and a dinner seems to have changed all that. And, you know, he talked so much about the opportunity that he saw in a relationship with Vladimir Putin and Russia in terms of going after terrorism. Now we're completely on the opposite spectrum in both of those. Why is that?
Well, I think he's chasing the same objective, though, and that is to quarter the China influence in North Korea, to stop the flow of goods in and out of North Korea. So did he get that effect? Yes, he got that. So I don't see an inconsistency here. I think there's some positioning that goes on in a political race, but I think it's all part of a longer-term strategy to re-engage on the international global scene to support and defend America's interest around the world. Look, this thing that he did last week in Syria was decisive, it was measured, it was proportional. That's the action of a mature, seasoned leader. He's only been in here, as you said, 83 days today. But I am excited the fact that we're re-engaging in the world, and that's what I hear from foreign leaders all over the world, that they want America to lead again. That doesn't mean they want 100,000 troops of American soldiers in Syria, but what they want is re-engagement to find balance in the world again.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly pushback where there wasn't any in the past. Senator John McCain, who is the chairman of your Armed Services Committee, he's called, and Lindsey Graham has called, for perhaps the need for continued military action against Syria. Do you agree with him on that?
Well, I think there are a couple of things. I have a lot of respect for Senator McCain, and but I trust this president right now. He acted decisively last week. He also said through his emissaries that this may not be the last action you see in Syria relative to what Bashar al-Assad is doing with his own people. But look, there are two things that need to happen in Syria. One is we've got to stop ISIS, and that's job one. The president said that again just today. And second, Bashar al-Assad's got to go. And once those two things happen, then we have to reestablish the government in Syria and also rebuild Syria. I mean, there's nothing to go home to now. All the refugees around the world who have left that part of the world have nothing to go home to. So this is another conversation that we're beginning to have.